Greetings, fellow scribes! Welcome back to the archive. This week, I continue my series looking at Cyberware and bioware through the editions of Shadowrun by looking at 4th and 4th anniversary editions, which are pretty much the same edition, just with some extra little polish between the printings of the core books. Yes, this week I look at the first real significant changes between editions. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as we start talking about the early to mid 2070s. So as we look to the changes in the editions, the first thing we're going to see is in 4th edition, we start seeing actual nanomachines, like what we think of today, the tiny little robots types of nanomachines. And those get used in cyberware and bioware a lot. In fact, that will actually become a plot point later in 4th edition, at the change between 4th and 5th edition, that some things actually are able to function through those various nanomachines. But 4th edition, you're going to see actual nano cyberware out. Like, literally, you have a nanomachine hive in your implant that sends out the nanomachines you want throughout your body, because some of them do different things. Some are useful for healing your body and such. All basically, anything you can actually think of a medical nanomachine being used for is what you will see them used for. There are even nanomachines that you can have that are designed to hunt and kill other nanomachines, because there are actual weaponized nanomachines. Yeah, that became a thing. Of course, you also start seeing the first gene therapies, gene therapies started in 2nd edition, and they were major things. But 4th edition starts seeing more involved gene therapies, like actually ones with mechanical benefits, like giving you a boost to your reaction or stuff like that. Minor things. But one of the more interesting changes is in the previous editions, leonization, the process of basically rejuvenating you, was predominantly a purely gene therapy treatment. In 4th edition, it becomes gene therapy enhanced by nanomachines. From a game mechanics perspective, we start seeing some other things happen as well. First off, of course, you change from dice for initiative, multiple dice for initiative, to the initiative pass idea. And this caused some significant changes overall. First off, it started us with the synaptic booster, which replaced synaptic accelerator. This would give you 1 reaction and 1 initiative pass per rank, up to rank 3. It was extremely expensive, but it was really low on essence, because that's the other change. BioWare now came out of your general essence pool. There was no more bio index. There was no more it queuing off your body in any way. Although, you could not have more bioware, more points in bioware than you could in your body attribute. So that was a sort of restriction linked to body, but it wasn't as bad as it used to be. Now, bioware and cyberware both come out of your essence pool, still, but you tracked them separately. That way, if you had bioware removed, you could replace it with more bioware. If you had cyberware removed, you could replace it with more cyberware. But you couldn't replace bioware with cyberware or cyberware with bioware. That was a little annoying quirk of the system, and I think most people just kind of ignored it. I think. But, of course, you also had, appear in 4th edition, a gene therapy for, after you've had cyberware removed, getting back the essence you lost. Or bioware. Cyberware or bioware, you could actually get back the essence. Unlike in previous editions where, yep, once you lose the essence, it is gone bye-bye. Nope. But this was an extremely expensive procedure and would take several weeks undergoing the gene therapy to get back 1/10 of a point of essence. Now, some other things had changed with the technological additions. First off, let's start with looking at the sort of big three. Smart Gun, or the Smart Link system. Basically, the processor and everything became a cyber implant, because with the new wireless matrix, it was in your eye and it interfaced with your gun without cables or anything else. Your smart gun system had all the stuff it needed to track your movement and interface with the implant in your eye. Bam. No longer was it a big, massive sink of essence, of one essence. Instead, it became, well, if you had it just implanted, it was like 0.5 essence. But for the most part, you're going to just put it into your eye, into your cyber eyes, which are going to be 0.2 to 0.5 essence, and you could shove a lot into those. From there, you also have wired reflexes. Wired reflexes still function the same. +1 reaction and +1 initiative pass per rating. Wired reflexes, though, had a big change to it. It became cheaper. Like, the highest grade wired reflexes became something that someone from a previous edition could have actually had the new yen to pay for out the gate. Of course, it also had an availability so high you couldn't get it at the start. But that's neither here nor there. The real interesting change came with Move by Wire. So, in the previous edition, Move by Wire provided extra dice for athletics and stealth checks, as well as acting like wired reflexes. In 4th edition, Move by Wire dropped its 4th rating, so it only goes up to rating 3 now. It has the same essence cost as wired reflexes, which means it actually is cheaper in essence. And here's where it gets fun. So, first off, it mechanically functions like wired reflexes. +1 reaction, +1 initiative pass per rating. It then adds +1 dodge, +1 dice to your dodge tests per rating. And then it functions as a form of skill wires. Rating 1 is a rating 2 skill wire. Rating 2 is a rating 4 skill wire. And rating 3 is a rating 5 skill wire. So yes, you will probably want to get the skill wire expert system if you had Move by Wire. Oh, the other fun little change back to wired reflexes is that the reflex trigger now became included. So overall, there was actually a reduction in essence cost of all of these because of the things you got with them. Combine this with a reduction in the new yen cost, so it became cheaper. The next big thing with 4th edition was that bioware was included in the core book, as was alpha, beta, and delta grade cyberware. This is, of course, because these things started to become more available. And that was pretty much the significant changes with 4th edition. Next week, I'm going to conclude the series by talking about 5th edition. At some point, when the various books come out for 6th edition, I will probably talk about 6th. But, as I said, next week is 5th edition. So until then, I'd like you all to remember to have fun and keep gaming.